Hello every bun apparently, every bun. We're all buns now, I don't know. We're back for more Cinders, and I didn't even remember that we were at Madame Getty's, but apparently that's where we are, so that's cool. For final preparations, apparently. Well, look who finally got out of Carmosa's reach and managed to come. Yeah, I just feel like I'm getting worse and worse at voicing these characters, because I don't remember. I'm so sorry. The sisters kept calling me and wrinkle their noses. Wait. Is it supposed to be wrinkling their noses? The sisters kept calling me and it must be and wrinkling their noses and demanding adjustments to everything. All the verbs have to be in ing form. Come on. This doesn't work, right? I am so sensitive to English grammar though. But yeah, the sisters kept calling me and wrinkling their noses and blah blah blah. Their hairdos, the way their shawls are draped and dresses pressed. Now it's so late. I won't make it in time. How could I have missed my chance? They didn't even notice, but they ruined... Calm down, girl. You will be fine. But it's so late and the ball's almost started already, and... You're just nervous. And that is fine. There's a big night ahead of you. But trust me, you will get your chance to dazzle everyone. You're right. Maybe I'm panicking a bit. Good thing you didn't see me when I was running over here. Actually, if you want to make an entrance, cause a stir and get envious looks, you ought to come fashionably late. This way you'll be noticed from the start. Good point. But I guess it's understandable I'm nervous like that. I think every girl your age has the right to flaunt her emotions to the world every once in a while. But thank the spirits, it hasn't come to that. Yes, thank you. So, what do I do? Let's start with the dress. You can't go to the ball without one. I'm glad we agree. I mean, technically you could go without one. You definitely get everyone's attention then. But somehow, I think that's not what you had in mind. Now this is 100% something I would say. Just like, I mean technically you could go in anything, but I'm presuming that's not what you want. I'd prefer not to if you don't mind. May I see it? The dress is prepared for you, along with everything else in the wardrobe. That's the room on the left there. I'll wait here. It's a dress that she can get into herself? Really? 'Cause like, dresses back then, from my very limited knowledge, weren't they rather like complicated and hard to get into? Like the point was that you couldn't actually dress yourself? Like, but okay. Let me just get the lights. Oh my! This is raunchy! Almost explicit, I would say. I'm not even sure what raunchy is supposed to mean, but okay. Didn't you want to be noticed? This dress should help a lot. Try it on. It's amazing! And it fits like a glove! Thank you! Told you. And you're welcome. The shoes are a bit too small though, and they have a stiff high heel. Dancing in these will be a challenge. You'll manage. This kind of beauty is not achieved through comfort. It is usually bought with a little bit of pain. Or a lot of it. In any case, this is just for one night, so simply grin and bear it. You should hurry now. I didn't mean to be ungrateful. The whole outfit looks wonderful. But how will I get inside? One of the cooks agreed to let you in. I cured his wife last winter, so he has a debt to pay. He'll sneak you in safely. Great, thank you! Is there anything else I should know before I go? Okay, how did the fairy get her in though? Just teleportation? I don't even remember. I don't think they addressed that, did they? Just teleportation. Just enjoy this. Relish the moment. I believe we make our own fate. So good luck. Make the best of it. Thank you. You've done something truly amazing for me. I won't forget it. Alright. This is probably the same. I did not see this before. They're so used to wearing masks all the time. Today's dress code changes nothing. All it did was bring out their mastery in masquerading. Isn't this what you have chosen to support, sire? The monarch is the one to set the tone for his country. Didn't you want the land to become a political arena? Politics instead of war, yes. But this game of appearances disgusts me as much as it disgusts you. Okay, I'm trying to look because a lot of people... Yeah, you commented that, like, the silhouettes of the sisters and the stepmother were actually here. That's Perrault, I think. You're so right. They're, like, just reused. Well, there's the fairy. They've just, like, reused the silhouettes of the characters. And, yeah, which I understand why they have done. But it's funny when you actually pay attention to it. Politics for the sake of progress and people, or not this. I know that you don't condone this. When the ways of our forefathers are changed, honor, disregard, and rules made grey and flexible, this is what happens. A world where the two-faced win. This is not entirely true. The people will be given voice and empowerment. It's still the future. Wouldn't trust people enough to let them rule. If you want honesty and righteousness, you need black and white rules and a stable set of values behind them. Yeah, black and white rules only take you so far because the world ain't binary in any sense ever. Nah. That's not how it works. We need a land of prosperity too. I don't mean material prosperity alone. I want a land of joy. It's a worthy goal. Understand your reluctance to practice politics. Appreciate your honesty. You have the right to be doubtful. Curiously enough, to set people free, you need some level of deceit, hypocrisy, and gossip. Even round off on you a little. I have to play along, deal with it, and choose a wife. Blah blah blah. I don't see any good candidates. What will you do? I don't know. Just tell me what you think. I think you're overthinking it. I should stop staying outside? Cool, I haven't learned the true nature of these ladies. Cool, I mean he didn't say that obviously, but need to give them a chance. Stop judging and reach out. Thank you, friend. I mean, that's the exact same as last time, so that's why I'm not, like, making an effort to actually voice it. This is your chance to rise up in the world. You can become so much more than impoverished nobility. I like Sophia in both her hair, or hairstyles. That's what it's called in English, actually. Are these? Is that the dress she had last time too? I mean, I recognize this dress. I guess this one. I don't. I mean, this is probably the one she had last time. I'm just not. You'd be royalty. You do want that. I'm not so certain. Of course we do. This isn't the attitude that will win you a better life. If you don't commit to it and ignore the rest, you'll lose. We are committed. We really are. It's just not easy, Mother. Nothing in the world that is worth striving for is easy. You need to fight for a better life. Endure hardship, discomfort, and sacrifices. This is your chance. Do you understand? Do something about that cringe, Sophia. Gloria, adjust that coiffure. Ah. But what for? Not that I can't endure pain and hardships, Mother. You made sure we both can. But what's the purpose? He won't choose us anyhow. No, you have to do this if you want to survive and go up. Ending up some small nobility or a soldier is an option for my daughters? No. So we will do everything we talked about yesterday, and we will try to charm the prince. I'm not sure I can do that, but I'll try. I didn't raise you two to be unable to gain influence over a single man. No, actually you did! I'm pretty sure you did. I'm pretty sure you never instructed them in like, wit and instincts of how to charm a man. I'm pretty sure... My feeling is that you never gave any instructions whatsoever to this. You mainly just taught them how to clean the house. You can always flaunt your cleavage. But wouldn't that come across as very unladylike? There are many ways to entice a man. So do not be ashamed of it. Okay. Yeah. No. No. Sure. It's a very what's it called? Restricted or something like that. It's a very restricted world for women. These dresses cost me a fortune. Make sure you get a chance to use your feminine wiles. Okay. How did we get invited? Are we to invite the prince ourselves? Just hint at it subtly. Oh yes, because you're all good at that. Or heavily, but I remember about the cleavage. Yeah, yeah. Shut up, Sophia. I'm trying to understand what to do as best I can. You never understood the idea, did you, sister? The more important things than bickering. Focus. You both look astounding. I'm sure you'll do fine. You are my daughters, after all. And they're just like, did you actually say something nice to us? Cannot compute. Gloria, you go first. Stand up straight, smile. Every other pirouette brush against him accidentally. Okay. Good luck. Don't listen to her. And then we've done these as well before. I'm pretty sure it's the same. Blah blah blah. Keeping open mind. There's a pretty young lady standing over there gazing your way. Most of them are. Blah blah blah. He's the main prize of the contest. Blah blah blah. Select a wise queen, a good companion. Absolutely astounding. She has this dignified air about her. Blah blah blah. Good evening. Thank you, Highness. The ball is amazing. Everyone's excited to be here, as am I. I'm sure they are. They're rooting for the hidden agenda to take effect tonight. But I'm certain every court member wishes both you and the land the best. Oh, please excuse me. What was your impression when you talked to them? I haven't talked to many of the guest prince, but I honestly believe they have the kingdom's interest at heart, even if it doesn't show. Fine, have you tasted the food? Spices from the eastern lands. I'm sure it's excellent, my lord. Looks like a piece of art and smells delicious. Would you like to try this? Sweet rolls. Particular pride of our cooks. Softens. And they're baked with an alchemist. Sounds fascinating. Taste is undescribable. Neither sweet nor sour, salty or bitter. It's alchemically magical. A lady should watch her figure. Sure, that woman, your beauty doesn't need to worry about such things. You're too kind. Are you sure? Thank you, your highness. Maybe just a little bite. You need to call me your highness. Oh, I'm so sorry for the mistake, my highness. My highness. Your highness, again. I'm sorry. It's fine. Please relax. You're very tense. What do you like to chat about? How do you like the music? I understand where she's coming from, because she's not really. I mean, they're never in society. Like, how were they supposed to know how to small talk and all that stuff that their mother thinks that they can? But also, like, now he has to do all the conversing, and it's like, and she's like positive to everything, but doesn't have an actual opinion about things. What are you interested in? Don't worry, don't worry. He's getting annoyed. I understand, poor Gloria, though. I didn't mean to upset you. Somehow I wish you did. Please excuse me? Of course. It's going to be a long night. You're back. Fend of all his attention and admiration? Did you dismiss him and take your leave? No. What happened? I'm sure he was really impressed. That's probably why he ran off so fast. Point out again how great an example you are for me. Please enlighten me as to what the key pillars to your... You shut up already. Enough. If there's ever a time I expect you to focus, this is it. Now, Sophia, your turn. Maybe for once your silly books will have their use. I heard the prince reads a lot. You're not as pretty as your sister, just flatter him a lot. Thanks. Right, I'm sure he's not used to that. Go and charm the prince. Oh yes, the conversation with Sophia is a lot more funny. And like, she literally could charm the prince if she just like thought she could, right? Good evening, your grace. Oh, I do hope I used the right style. Good evening, my lady. It's one of the conventional titles used. Oops, looks like I blew it already. I don't care about those things anyways. I must be really lucky. I don't really care for titles myself. Rare trait for a daughter of a noble house. Daughter of a powerful and ambitious lady. Don't forget about women with agendas, your highness. Oh, is that so? Oh yes, quite an overbearing character, the mother of ours. She even made us wear these dresses. Have you ever worn a corset this tight? This is how you have a conversation. That's like, this is, yes. Oh, neither had I until today, but it doesn't really matter. Single night can change the fate of many. Blah blah blah. So you're quite upset. I'm only the younger daughter. My mother wasn't born into ladyship. You don't have to lady me. Right, if you say so. You're here because your mother asked you to come? Yes, that's exactly why I'm here. Because I'm a good girl. Would you believe it if I said the reason I'm here is not that different from yours? Family obligation? Yes. Although my oppressive parent is here in spirit alone. I thought the wine tasted funny. Oh, you don't have to play that shocked look on me. If you're anything like me and your father was even slightly similar to my mother, a joke like that will make you blink. Having spent all my life among people trained to keep up appearances, I picked up all the conventional reflexes. Like acting shocked when someone is making a joke about your dead parent. Which is still something that you shouldn't really do. At least nobody here forced me into a mold of politeness. Silly concept is politeness. Lying to each other in the name of good manners. That's what I also wonder about sometimes in life. You're very original. Isn't original one of the categories physicians use when they lock you up in an asylum? I think it's innovative. I'm glad you're here. I'd love to get to know you better. Oh sure, look around. I must shine like a real gem in these murky waters. Okay, there's a flower here. Does that mean that we at some point could make it so that Sophia actually becomes queen? Fortunately, I don't really care that much for polished speech coming from anyone. So you can see I'm not really queen material. So hold that flood of appreciation and keep flattery to yourself, thank you. You certainly don't. You seem ridiculous. Yes, yes, my wit exceeds even my beauty. I don't care. I don't want to be here. I think I'm just gonna go now. I'm done with my job. Made a conversation. Take care, Prince. Nice ball and everything. What the? That's a good experience, I think. Someone actually is just like, you know what? I don't even want to be here. I don't even want to talk to you. I don't care. Bye-bye. Too bad though, this one I started to like. I wonder if there is a way that Sophia can actually become queen. Because at this point, I feel sorry for her. Like, it would be cool to see if that would work. But anyways. Alright, I'm almost there and already. Time to make my grand entrance. Alright. What does your... Don't spit on the keyboard, please. What does your dress look like? Cinders. Disaster, blah blah blah. Blah blah blah. There's a commotion in the ballroom. It has to be someone important. Oh, okay, so it's the same dress, but it's black and purple. I kind of prefer this one. I don't know why she's standing kind of crooked, though, but... Okay. We have a latecomer. That's a fine dress. I think I know her. I don't applaud her lack of punctuality, but she knows how to make an entrance. I don't think punctuality is among the top qualities expected from a future queen. Okay, seriously, please stand straight. Come on, Cinders. Why are you, like, standing crooked? It hurts my back just looking at you. What? Not a prerequisite, but neither is courage. Good evening, Your Highness. You too, Captain. Good evening. Good evening. I can tell you found the ball to be a rather poor source of entertainment. Is that so? Okay, maybe she says other things here. I'm sorry, I'm skipping through it. I'm getting used to it now. I've noticed a flame of interest in your eyes when you saw me. I recognized it immediately, as I've seen it many times before. You have? I see, and may I know where you have seen it? Why, in the eyes of other men, of course. Men who wanted something and who were driven to achieve it. That's a lot of information collected from a single gaze, milady. Is it? I'm sure every single person here would agree that reading people's characters and motivations from the way they behave is an absolutely crucial skill. Stop standing crooked. For example, take a look at that astonishingly stiff young woman over there. Would you say she's simply nervous, or perhaps suffering from gastric problems? Or maybe, just maybe, she was coerced to do something against her will? Why is she clenching that tiny silk bag so tightly? Could it be that she's carrying something dangerous? Indeed, she does look pale and nervous. What if her scheming parents decided the ball is a perfect opportunity to have one of their rivals removed, and who would suspect an innocent girl of carrying poison? I wouldn't call the captain of the guard just yet. Wait one more minute and observe her closely. She's leaving, going towards the restroom. Huh, gastric problems then. She must be keeping her medication in that ridiculous little bag. Nobody would hide poison in something so visible anyway. I'm impressed. You were not only very observant, but also persuasive. For a moment you had me considering calling parole and having that girl searched. What I find most intriguing, however, is the fact that I can't decide if you wish to manipulate me into arresting her or not. My prince, I'm shocked! Arresting the poor alien creature only to make the ball slightly more entertaining? Such an appalling thought. Okay, yeah, I feel like this is a different Cinders, right? The truth is, I prefer to keep my eyes open and pay attention to details, especially since this is my first visit at a court. And yet you seem perfectly suited for this uninviting environment. Venom can be lethal, regardless of the size of the snake. It is the one who did not see it who should be blamed if the snake did bite. A ruthless, if effective, philosophy. Strange words coming from the future king. How will you reign, my prince, surrounded by poisonous creatures without protection or a viper of your own? I must admit, you're an intriguing woman, milady. Very different from the rest of the people who came here today. They don't seem to be even slightly bothered by the masks they have to wear. I wonder if it's so because they wear them every single day as well? But you are different. You may be wearing a mask, but you speak to me plainly and honestly, risking being misunderstood or simply rejected. I can appreciate that, even if you did leave me a bit flabbergasted. Well, isn't that what you need in your queen, though? I know exactly what you mean, Your Highness. Being raised in a place filled with deceit and spite, I learned very well the value of masks. Okay, apparently there was a flower here, alright. When threatened, people will rather forget who they are than risk being hurt, and if their surroundings require it, they will lose themselves forever only to survive. We are all slaves to convention, from a servant to a lord. I must admit, I find the dictum terrifying, that all of us are merely actors on some stage set out for us. Be it others or fate, being determined by things we cannot control is frightening. I know it all too well. You speak of your family? I am. It isn't a light story, Your Highness. Definitely not a topic for polite and charming conversation to make the time pass more pleasantly. I would like to hear about it nevertheless, if I'm not asking for too much. Please tell me about your family, milady. How could I refuse you, my prince? Well, my mother died in labor, bringing me into this world. My father eventually married a woman who already had 2 daughters. He died soon after that, so now I live with a stepmother and her 2 daughters. That is strange. I never heard of a noble house with 3 daughters and no father. I recall one family of a widow with 2 daughters, though. How is it possible, milady? Stepmother doesn't see me as one of her daughters. She allows me to stay in her house under one condition. I work as a servant for bed and board. Those who are familiar with the family know of my existence. As for others, I wouldn't be surprised if she told everyone she has 2 daughters, and that is that. That's unbelievable. I did warn you about this topic. It isn't very entertaining. No, I'm glad you've told me about it. It showed me how ignorant I still am, and how little I know about my own realm. Well, in that case, I'm glad you asked me about my life. Look at me babbling. You must be wondering whatever happened to royal manners. I forced you to speak about things which you must find painful during a ball. When we're supposed to be taking our minds off unpleasant things, please allow me to make amends. Would you do me the honor? Oh, I'm not really a dancer. Don't worry, milady. I will show you. I'm sorry, this picture is still weird to me. But okay. They just changed their entire looks and faces. Okay. Maybe I can learn something from you as well, my prince. Is this alright? You're doing fine. I presume this is the same. I don't know. This isn't as difficult as I expected. Not that I expected to be dancing with you. Yet here we are. Feels very natural too. Who knows? Maybe it was fate that brought us 2 together. Fate? What is it really... What is it that really brought me here tonight? Do you truly believe it was some mystical force? I can imagine getting here must have been difficult for you, considering your situation. To put it mildly, yes. But I wouldn't call it fate, my prince. To the contrary, if it was up to fate, I'd be cleaning the dishes this very moment. No, your highness. The only reason I'm here is because I do not believe in any force other than my own ability to influence the world around me. Oh yeah, and I presume that before, when it was the fairy, we were like, oh yeah, maybe it was fate or something. I don't remember. I chose to shape my life in any way that I can and take responsibility for the consequence of my actions. Having it any other way is cowardice. A commendable attitude, milady. This may not be the wisest thing to say at the moment, but I'll say it anyway. I consider myself lucky to have met you tonight, milady. Luck or not, I'm glad as well. Very glad to be here with you, prince. Have I complimented your eyes already? Strange, I can't seem to remember. Neither can I. Let's assume you haven't. Blah blah blah. Commenting her eyes. They speak of wit and intelligence. Now I'm sure you haven't complimented my eyes. Please do continue. What else do you find attractive? Your lips. Blah blah blah. What promise do you read from them? I dare not say. Your neck. Skip the neck. What about my chest? Okay. Yeah, this is the same. Blah blah blah. I think we should get to know each other better before we switch to a more colloquial vernacular. Yes, please. I'll also get to know you better. You'll have your chance if you're persistent enough and constant in your ambition. But we tend to undervalue things we achieved effortlessly. Let me give you an obstacle, my prince. You may thank me later. You really are incredible, milady. And you wouldn't have it any other way, my lord. Good night, and thank you for this unforgettable evening. Bye-bye. Okay, all of these 3 manage to stand with their backs straight. Why are you crooked? You're hurting my back and my neck. Please, stop. Mother, is that? I like that Lady Carmosa literally was the one who said, Mother, is that? Cinders? Carmosa, girls, are you enjoying the ball? How dare you come here? Oh really, because the girls were doing so well on their own. Oh, maybe if you're actually friends with her, she will have some other reaction because there was a flower. I don't know. But anyway, she's angry just like last time. I think it's always easier to be charming and make a good impression on people when you're relaxed and confident. I came around of my own will, while your poor daughters only came because they either fear or don't want to disappoint you. They came because you knew its importance. They came because you put the weight of your sick ambition on their shoulders and whipped them to make them go faster. The fact that you can't see your mistake makes your failure all the more tragic. Perhaps I was mistaken. Cinders, you were really amazing. Cinders, you were really amazing. Yeah, not bad. Not bad at all. Thanks. So what are you going to do now? Got any more surprises for the evening? If you do, then please warn us in advance, for someone may have a heart attack. Surprises? What do you expect me to do? You just head back home. I got what I wanted, right? Besides, these shoes are killing me. What are they even made of? It's the left one that almost cut my skin. See if I can send you flying over the wall, shall we? I'm gonna go now. Take care. Bye. And there she went. Well, this has been entertaining and educational. Yes, I think I did learn something about myself. All of us, actually. Would you agree, Mother? A mistake. Looks like someone has just been hit with a revelation. Too bad it wasn't sooner. Good evening, Cormosa. I'm looking for Cinders. Lady? Cinders isn't here, Captain. Could you tell us why you're looking for her? Royal orders. The prince would like to have a word with her. She just left. She seemed to be in a hurry, too. Funny, since Mother's here and she wasn't supposed to be here at all. There's no curfew or anything. If that lovely dress was as terrible as the shoes, maybe she just wanted to get back home and take it off as soon as possible. Her shoes? Yeah, slippers. Very original design, too. She said they were awfully uncomfortable and threw one over the wall. Slippers. Bam, ba-dam, ba-dam. Later that night. No. And then we're here, which was as before. Okay, are we like really near the end? Maybe we should just go. This is the same as in the beginning. Blah, 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 blah. Did you read it in your tea leaves? I didn't think she would actually do it. Blah, blah, blah. Open up. I'm here to see Cinders. I won't repeat myself. Blah, blah, blah. And she's like, oh, do you want... Fetch Cinders. Blah, blah, blah. Here's Cinders. Blah, blah. I did. I was at the ball. Did you dance with the prince? I did. Did you wear a mask with feathers? Leather and glass? Yes. Miss Cinders, I was sent to find you by the prince. He has found you the most interesting woman in the land's nobility. He would like to discuss the possibility of marriage. Is this appropriate? Who cares? The prince decided coughing on someone else's soup was fine, we'd all do it. But did you impress the prince so much? Ha, I didn't even know you cared about such things. There must be some sort of mistake. This girl has been sleeping in a dirty old kitchen. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, I assure you there can be no mistake. How could I refuse? This is a dream come true. As usual, you don't understand. Blah, blah, blah. The prince proved to be a fascinating man. I will try to be a good queen. Yes, please escort me to the palace. Blah, blah, blah. Bye-bye. How did she manage to do that without telling any of us, too? Does family count for nothing? Well, no, sometimes it doesn't. And you all sure made a very good job at making it not count. Shut up. How could you lose to her? Have I taught you nothing? No! You really haven't! That's the problem! You think you have, but you really haven't. Your Highness, this is the girl. Blah, blah, blah. You weren't as bashful during the ball in that dress. I felt like I was wearing armor. Now my old self and rags don't offer the same protection. Ordinary is hardly among your traits. Pop the question, as ordinary people say. Do you agree? No, I have to ask to be sure. Agree to what? Do you agree to become my wife and the queen of the realm? Blah, 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 blah. Yes, I realize that. It's simply very difficult to believe, but oh heavens, yes, of course. You're making me a very happy man. I expected my reign to be rather turbulent. I will be needing support, counsel, and criticism. Strong and independent queen. Blah, 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 babbling. Hope you know what you're doing, choosing me. I don't really know what I'm getting myself into, but I'll try my best. Your action gives you more credit than you realize. You'll become a great queen. No! A few hours earlier. This is new. Alright, what's happening? It's you. What do you want? Charming as usual, love. Never big on those social niceties. Guess I can't blame. What do you want? Me? Oh, you know me. I want nothing. I have everything I need. Accept some information about the pet project of yours, maybe? Listen to me, old man. I have no time to play your games. Ask me and be gone. The girl I love, little bird who wanted to fly free from her cage. Her? She's none of your business. I'd advise you to stay away from her. None of my business? Even after the small, if not crucial part I played in her personal drama? Even you must admit that I was a bloody good, supportive actor, eh? That's supporting, and yes, you had your part in all of this. Alright, it doesn't really matter now anyway. If you must know all is going well, I'll keep the word I gave to Cinder's mother and help her achieve the goal she chose for herself. Will you, love? That's a tad unlike the Getty I remember, bending this gal's path according to your own whim, playing her like she was your doll. Weren't you always the one with mouth full of those nice words like independence? Not so big on practicing what you preach, though. Oh well, methinks it must be difficult to let people make up their own mind when there's so little time. You were in a hurry to run as usual, eh, Getty? I can see what you're trying to do here, and it isn't working. I helped the girl with making her own decision. It is hers, as will be the consequences. Ha! Some achievement that is. The girl's born pretty as a picture, smart as a demon, and protected by friends her mother made, and bound by a dying wish. Now that's a mighty fine start for being independent and making one's own decisions. Bitterness takes the better of you, old man. That it does, madam, that it does. Guess freedom ain't what it used to be, eh, love? Cinders broke from her stepmother's clutches and paved a new path for herself. Now she truly is free to do whatever she wishes with the rest of her life. In my book, that is success. Love. Nah, you don't really believe she can keep out that stout pose for long, now do you, love? We both know what will happen when all her crutches leave her. No Cremosa to blame and no mysterious friend to look up to. The bird will get swept in the wind. You fulfilled the promise given to her mother, so your conscience is free. Begone, snake. I've had enough of your chatter. Oh, careful now, love. You don't make the same impression when your voice all shaky. I must have hit a soft spot under this pretty armor, eh? I need to pack. I'll be leaving soon. Now let me be. Yes, run. Show us a strong and independent spirit you really are. You'll run out of cities one day. Okay, who is he? Seriously, though. Okay. As the stories of old, Cinders' charms and wits helped her in getting the heart of the future king. Cinders became a cold and ruthless queen, known for her lack of mercy and proficiency at court politics and intrigue. Okay! She quickly overshadows her more idealistic husband, marginalizing his role and taking most power for herself, changing the kingdom into autocracy. While the dungeons are full of her political enemies, her way of ruling proves to be very effective, and she comes down into history as the starter of the new golden age. While Cinders is the wife of the new king and they rule together, love never sprouts between them. Focused on her role, she lives a lonely life among the crowds. There's no space for personal happiness in the existence of a queen. Hardships of her life taught Cinders not to trust anyone but herself. She makes her own decisions without relying on any advisors. The court life fully absorbs the young queen, and she loses contact with her old family. Lady Cremosa and her daughters never visit the palace. From what Cinders heard, the situation in the household turns for worse after her stepmother's bitter defeat. They live their lives in seclusion, isolated from the rest of the noble society. Years later, Cinders and her sisters meet at Lady Cremosa's funeral. They don't exchange a single word. Okay. I wonder what happens if we go with Madame Getty, but in the beginning we choose to be like a nice person? I don't know. I mean, I could do some of these off camera and just show you the endings, I guess. But yeah. We've unlocked a new ending! Yo. Alright. So we have 42% variance found, okay. So that means that we have Machiavellic Queen and Good Queen. And, oh yeah, but we only have no love all the time. Independent and Fairy Advisor. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I guess at this point it's gonna be the same over and over, so I'll try to, like, I don't know, get all the different I don't know how you get love, though. Huh. We'll see if I can manage something. But I'm thinking next time we can go back to the decision time and make other decisions with Madame Getty and the personality and stuff we chose, and see if we can get unlock some of these, so to speak, and some of these. So yeah. But that was that ending. So thank y'all very much for watching, and I'll see ya.